live. Hi guys. So I'm on a break between training clients. I'm here on a. Some of you know that I sometimes travel with some of my clients, and they happen to travel and vacation on a yacht. So I go on a yacht with them, and I'm in this really cool room. And the reason I don't have my ab ribbon on yet, but I actually wanted to demonstrate how I put an ab ribbon on. And I'm in my bathroom today because actually I do a lot of my workouts in the bathroom. It's actually quite spacious, and I was telling you guys the other day that just being like using the toilet actually has like a really good height for targeting your glutes, and like single leg squats and lunges and stuff like that is fantastic. So I use it a lot. But anyway, and I also do a lot of like intervals where I do like a little bit of heat exposure, meaning crank that heat up in the shower and do, a couple jumps, a couple jumping jacks, get my heart rate up. While exposing myself to heat, and then like I'll get out of the shower and do some core work. Anyway, we're here today. I just put my ab ribbon on, and oh yeah, the ab ribbon is on sale, and I'm forced on a sale, a 20% off discount. It's a great holiday gift, actually. I conveniently put a little QR code on the ab ribbon, so you can click the QR code and it takes you to a bunch of free ab ribbon exercises. So if you have a fitness friend or a fitness family member and you're still last minute shopping, this is like 1 or 2 day shipping, and you can actually have it by Christmas if you're holiday shopping, or Hanukkah. I know Hanukkah starts on December 26th, so it's actually is a really good Christmas gift. So placement of the ab ribbon, best at the base of your ribs. Like if you make letter C's and you put those C's at the base of your ribs right here, that's the best place for it, not necessarily on your navel. Now, I'm going to take a big inhale. I'm tightening my ribbon, and because of where my diaphragm sits, which is your primary breathing muscle at the base of your lungs, this is the best placement for it, because then you can feel the diaphragm expand, filling your lungs with air. So you tighten your ab ribbon on the long inhale, and then on the long exhale, as I pull my belly button to my spine, I'm loosening my ribbon. You see that increase in oblique contraction. This is why I have my shirt hiked up. I don't usually walk around with a half top on, but just for purposes of demonstration, I'm trying to show you the increases in activity, closing my ribs, when I go to that full, complete exhale. So the primary purpose of today's live is to show you how you don't demonstrate, how you don't have to do as many repetitions in your core work by just moving to the end of your exhalation, moving to the end of your breath. I guarantee that many of you are not completing your exhalation in your movements. And if you combine that with your functional movements, with your Pilates movements, with your mobility movements even, you're going to increase the efficacy of all of those modalities of exercise. There's a host of reasons for that. I won't get too sciencey today, but we are going to get on the ground. I do have a mini ball and also a towel, so we can use that towel for posture. I'm going to angle you down quite a bit here so that you can see me on the ground. So sorry, little makeshift situation here, but I think that should work. Okay, that's going to be great. So I'm going to put you down there. I do have a mini ball. I find the mini ball a wonderful method of isolating, an assistant for isolating the core muscles, especially if you're working on targeting that deep core, because I want you to feel how a maximum exhalation can assist you in achieving better core strength. I call this the breathing core because these are the muscles that help that you use in controlled breathing. So my particular methodology, I use sounds on the exhale so that not only are we giving our air resistance as it escapes, as we push it out, by providing it with resistance by making sounds out of our mouth, using our tongue and our mouth, we are increasing activity of our abdominal muscles, like our obliques or transversus abdominis, all those muscles. But additionally, it helps me as your coach to guide you through so that you don't get lost in your breath. How many times have you been in a yoga class, Pilates, or any class where the breathing is meant to be controlled, but the teacher's saying inhale, exhale, and sometimes you're thinking, well, I think I'm on the breath, but I'm not really sure, and you're kind of getting lost in your breath. When we make sounds together, it's almost like we're singing together. As I make the sound, you mimic my sounds. That's going to help you to stay on the breath's tempo, intensity, frequency, and duration. So those 4 key points are incredibly important in performing this breathing, the engaged exhalation appropriately. Sorry, I just got distracted because if you could see what I see out my window, I'm actually in Panama City right now, and like just um, some crazy birds and also some really big boats because we actually just came out of the Panama Canal. It's pretty crazy. So in my engaged exhale, four key sounds, four key breath stages. And I'm demonstrating this first because this is going to help you to spend less time in your core exercise by using these four key sounds on the exhale. So ready? We're going to take an inhale through the nostrils, fill that abdomen, and now 2 seconds per sound, per breath stage. 2 seconds on a blowing sound, like you're blowing through pursed lips, blowing through a straw, blowing out a birthday candle across the room. 2 seconds on a hissing sound, like you're hissing like a snake. 2 seconds on a soft shishing sound, like you're shishing a baby, and that soft is important. And then 2 seconds again on a shush, but a loud shush, like you're an angry librarian. You're telling someone to be quiet across the library, and that's important. I want you to really imagine that because that's going to include have you activating your forced exhalation, which is important in activating the internal and the external obliques. Right? You see that? You see those obliques turning on. A gentle one is not necessarily going to do that. Now, in my engaged exhale, I want you to think about pulling the navel to the spine and gently contracting the pelvic floor, but that might be advanced. If you're new, if you're a beginner, just think about those sounds and simply loosening the ab ribbon. Why the ab ribbon? Well, another reason to put the ab ribbon on is it gives you an external point of feedback, and that can be incredibly motivating in exercise. I mean, I wear this thing when I'm walking, when I'm running, because, as I'm going, like, I could be contracting my core in a similar way without this on, but this just gives me the feedback that I'm there, and I love that feeling of like, okay, now I'm going to do 10 walks while keeping the ab ribbon loose. And now I'm going to take an inhale and tighten it, and I'll perform intervals like that. And it's a great way to work your core while you're doing functional movement. And I like that external feedback. I've been training clients for over 20 years. They like that external feedback. And research has also shown that external points of feedback can be really helpful in motivation, which I think is just a primary, a primary pillar in what it takes to get a person to exercise. I mean, come on, motivation. So external feedback with the ab ribbon. So let's practice the engaged exhale. So we're going to take an inhale, fill the ab ribbon, and then on the exhale, 2 seconds on a blowing sound, 2 seconds on a hissing sound, 2 seconds on a soft shishing sound, and 2 seconds on a loud shish. It's a continuous exhale. There's no breaks, and it's 8 seconds. So even that is helping to calm your nervous system. So another reason to combine this breathing with the exercise is that you are going to increase activity of your parasympathetic nervous system, which is your rest and digest. It happens in as little as just 3 minutes, also lowering your blood pressure. This is incredibly important throughout the day. So even if you get on the ground and do one singular core exercise, not only are you strengthening your core more effectively, but you are increasing activity of that calm nervous system. And let's face it, most of us are experiencing way too much of the opposite during the day. So just taking a few minutes can improve your health incredibly from just a central nervous system or an autonomic nervous system standpoint. Okay, so 4 breath stages, 8-second exhale. Let's go. We're loosening the ab ribbon as we do it. Okay, I'm inhaling, I'm tightening the ribbon. And here we go. 2 seconds on a blow. That's it. So that there are your resisted exercises. Those are your breath stages. That's what's going to drain the air from the lungs, increase activity of your obliques so you don't have to do as many repetitions in your core work. So here we go. I'm going to get on the ground and we're just going to do a couple exercises, practicing integrating that breath cycle into traditional core exercises. We're just going to do a little posture crunch. This is something I love. Now, I know there's a lot of controversy in back and forth in the the health and fitness community about whether or not we should crunch. I think that we should, as long as it's done in the correct way and as long as that you balance it with spine extension work, right? So people get into trouble when they overly crunch and they're not even activating their abs. But crunching is a functional movement. When you get up out of bed, if you crunch, like your spine should flex, you know? If you have herniated discs or bulging discs, you might want to be careful of that, and you may want to emphasize more back exercises than crunching, but otherwise, let's do it. Let's get that crunch strong. So the reason I call this posture a posture crunch is because I'm thinking about my head posture, all right? And I am putting this ball behind my lower back just to make sure that I'm isolating my abs. And I'm using the weight on my head to strengthen my core. So here we go. I'm going to put my fingertips behind my ears. And this is how you only have to do 6 repetitions of the breath cycle. That's it. So it's 6 reps of a crunch, but you're going to feel your abs a lot more. So we're going to take a big inhale. We're going to fill the ribbon. And then on the exhale, you're only going to move the head off the wall a teeny bit on that blow, hiss, soft shish, loud shish. Okay, so let's give it a try. Inhale. I'm shaking. Inhale, and I want you to try to loosen that ab ribbon. If it's not loosening, but you are pulling your belly button to your spine, you may need to loosen the ribbon just a tiny bit, just because of the natural increase in waist circumference, like when you get into this position. So you can also try that. It's just important that you have feedback, but and there's a difference between the tightening and the loosening of the ribbon between the inhale and the end of the engaged exhale, especially on the loud shish. Inhale. Drain the air. Inhale, rest. Only 4 more. That's all you need. Inhale. Holy bananas. Inhale. Contract that pelvic floor. Let's do one more. Woo! Holy moly. Now, I'd love to hear from you. If anyone doesn't feel their abs, if you're not feeling your abs doing that, please message me privately. I'm passionate about teaching this method and helping as many people as possible. I'm feeling like my abs like crazy. I only did 6 repetitions, but each repetition lasts for 10 seconds because we're inhaling for 2 seconds and we're exhaling for 8 seconds. So if you think of exercise more as providing enough time under tension, which is the amount of time that you're loading the muscle. So really, I got 6 repetitions at 10 seconds each. That's 60 seconds of intentional movement, of actually getting a quality contraction in the muscle. Like I'm feeling my abs like crazy. And I have pretty strong abs because I work them a lot. I'm demonstrating this technique all the time. But wow, that is such a nice reset. And I do feel very calm and happy because I got to teach you something. So that's it. Hey, ab ribbon, it is a great holiday gift. 20% off right now. Go to hypoxix.fitness, hypoxix.fitness. And that's my little website. And we have ab ribbons on there. Yes, I'm the inventor of the ab ribbon. I'm a mompreneur. Somehow I'm making this all work on top of, full-time personal trainer, traveling around the world with my clients and 2 kids. I am missing my kids on Christmas, but we are going to Disney World a couple weeks after I get back. That's our little tradition if I do travel over Christmas. So don't worry, the kids are fine. And honestly, it's hilarious. Like the first couple times I traveled as a mom, I was like so worried about them, especially over the holidays. And like the first time I FaceTimed them, they were like, okay, mom, great. Yeah, we're fine. See you later. Like not upset at all. So they're totally fine. Me, I'm like devastated, but also devastated that they're not missing me, but also happy that they're independent and comfortable in their own skin. But that's just mom anxiety right there at its finest. That's it for today. I got to run. I actually have to go to my next client. I'm actually on call when I'm on this yacht. So I'm heading upstairs and I'm doing another session. So that's it. So again, if you just joined, hypoxix.fitness, hypoxix.fitness, and I'll see you there.